of the industry. Thank you very much, Minister. Mr. Bachrach, you have 5 minutes.
Mr. Morrice has been watching and listening intently, and I think it would only be fair to give him a couple of minutes to ask a question. Mr. Morrice, I'll give you 2 minutes, and then if you could pass it back to me, it'd be appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. Bachrach. Shared, let it be known, this is an MP who's not only effective but kind, too. Thank you. I have 2 priorities I'd like to raise with Minister Freeland. First is with respect on behalf of folks with disabilities who, as you know, are disproportionately living in poverty across the country. Your government announced $6.3 billion worth of investments recently, the majority of which actually excludes them directly. This is when we know that with slightly more, we could actually lift about 278 folks with disabilities out of poverty. It comes on the heels of a Canada disability benefit that was not what was promised. So there's a lot of folks who are livid in my community who've spoken with me. What would you say, Minister Freeland, to folks with disabilities who are so deeply disappointed?
Well, look, I would first say thank you to you for speaking to the most vulnerable in your own community. I think that is part of the job that we all need to do. Second, I will say the Canada Disability Benefit is an important step. And that is a step that only our federal government has taken. I hope that all of us around this table will be glad to be MPs at a time when the government, the country, is taking this important step. And I will say to everyone who voted against our budget that you were voting against this important step forward for the most vulnerable among us.
Thank you, Minister Freeland. I think the reality is, though, when the folks you're trying to help are telling your government that they're so disappointed, it might not be exactly as advertised. But I respect you might have a difference of opinions there. I want to turn to something that I think we might agree on. Chair, if you could interrupt me when there's 2.5 or so minutes left to turn back to Mr. Bachrach. This was with respect to the housing crisis. And as you know, I've been advocating with respect to Habitat for Humanity. They were left out of the HST exemption that was provided for for-profit developers of rental housing around this time last year. It's a significant issue for them. With this, they could build additional affordable homes. We could fund it by getting rid of the tax exemption for real estate investment trusts that are actually profiteering off of the housing crisis. I sent you a letter about it on October 25th. I raised it in question period. I got a response back from Minister Fraser. He said to speak with you. And so I'd like to understand more whether you are considering this. I know you won't reveal what's in the fall economic statement, but I would like to hear more with respect to this tax exemption for Habitat to build more affordable homes.
And a brief answer, please.
Just to say thank you for your work on it. I'm aware of your advocacy. I'm aware of the issue. And as you correctly foresaw, I have nothing to announce on that today.
And Mr. Bachrach, you have about 2 minutes